Hey guys, today I'm bringing you another pickup video. This is another installment in the Palace and Supreme pickup video series. I do want to try and bring you an episode every few months on these two brands, just depending on what I pick up from the brands. In this case, I have 4 items to show you guys, 2 from Palace and 2 from Supreme. I would have had more, but I did look out on a few Supreme drops, but I'll get into that later on in the video. But let's get straight into this one, kicking it off with the Palace pickups, and I hope you guys enjoy. The first piece I'm going to be showing you guys, which is actually also my favorite pickup in this video, is the Palace Zyme Shell hoodie that I picked up from their recent Autumn 2016 collection. I saw this and instantly liked it. It was one of those pieces that I saw, I knew if I passed it up I'd be really sad about it. So I had a look at it and made sure I did want to buy it. And I'm really glad I did pick it up because it is a great item to add to my wardrobe and my rotation, and especially for this winter season it is working really well so far. I got this on the Palace Skateboards website and it didn't sell out instantly, so it was an easy buy for myself, and it did retail at £158. Like I said, normally I'm not one to spend this kind of money, especially on a hoodie, but 2 reasons why I did want to get this. Firstly, for the upcoming season, I thought it would work really well. As well as that, I did really like the grey shade and the grey marl. And I did kind of want to change up the colours in my wardrobe, and this really has allowed me to do that. And also, I did kind of want to treat myself, so what better way to do it than getting a fire item like this in my wardrobe. This also released in an all black version, which I was also a fan of, but most of my wardrobe is fully blacked out, so I didn't want to add another dark item into it, especially when I had the choice of getting a nice shade like this. In terms of the quality, this was another very big selling point for me because I knew it would be a very thick hoodie before I purchased it, and that is exactly what it is. And because of that, when it's cold outside, you know, it definitely holds up and keeps your warmth inside. So, you know, it's nice to get pieces that are good to look at, aesthetically pleasing and functional as well. But getting to the functionality of the hoodie, it has 2 zippers on either side of the pockets, which is a great addition to have on a hoodie. The top has a shell top waterproof material. It has a full zipper going down the middle, and again another shell nylon material going down the middle. Just to add to the construction of the hoodie, and it is a very well constructed hoodie. Like I said, very thick cotton, and when it's stuff like that, you know, paying upwards of £100 for a hoodie, it does kind of make it worth it because you are getting a quality piece. And then getting to the last piece of detailing, which is the Palace Triferg logo screen printed on the left side of the chest in a white colour, which contrasts really nice off the grey marl. I purchased this in a size extra large, and it does fit more to a true size large, I would say. I wasn't expecting that because a lot of the time with Palace items they do fit true to size. But yeah, that was the Palace Zyme Shell hoodie from the Autumn 2016 drop. That was item number 1. Let's get into the next one. Getting into this next item, this is another Palace pickup that I picked up from their Summer 2016 drop. This is just the low-key branding t-shirt, and I decided to pick this up because I wanted to give another form of branding a try as opposed to the Triferg, because it can get boring just constantly having the Triferg. In this case, it just has the Palace wording screen printed on the left side of the chest, and I really like that because it's a middle point in terms of being discreet and still having or holding that Palace aesthetic. Having a smaller logo like this makes it look smarter, so it means I can wear it on different occasions. As well as that, it holds that Palace look that I tend to go for quite often, and I'll probably match this with an all black outfit with very minimal branding, and it'll still look very nice without the branding at the forefront. I bought this in a XXL, and I'm very glad Palace have started making XXL in their sizes for their t-shirts, as this does fit me really well. This retailed at £35, so it was an easy buy for me, and I believe it did release in more colorways, including a white contrast and even louder colors like an orange. As well as that, I've seen this branding being integrated even more into their newer seasons, and I am glad for that because it is a great addition to the Palace aesthetic as opposed to just having the Triferg logo. So yeah, that was item number 2, and let's get into the next 2. Getting into these next 2 items, these are the Supreme pickups. I would have had 4 items to show you guys, but I did look at 2 great pieces that I really wanted, that being the Gucci Mane t-shirt and the Supreme checkerboard Vans in the low top black and white version. Now these 2 pieces were things I really wanted, and I thought I really had a good chance to get in them, but what happened with the Gucci Mane tee was that I hesitated in the checkout, and you know, with Supreme, if you do hesitate, you are most likely gonna not get the item, and that is exactly what happened with me. And then with the checkerboard Vans, you know, I was more hopeful in getting these, but really I had no chance because these sold out even quicker than the Gucci main tee, especially the one I wanted, which is the low top black and white version, as I think this was the most hyped piece from the collaboration. But yeah, that just sold out instantly, and again sadly locked out. You know, I had that Supreme rage that you get after a drop when you take an L. But you know, that is the game of Supreme. You win some, you lose some. But let's get into the pickups and kick it off with the first. So the first item is a hyped item again from Supreme Summer Collection, and that is the Supreme Motion logo t-shirt in the navy colorway. Now with this, I had to get my Twitter fingers on and just make sure I didn't hesitate with this and just check out as soon as I could, which I did. But sadly, you guys can see I got the navy blue colorway, and when I was buying this, I really thought I had the black colorway in my cart, but sadly it wasn't. And the reason for that was because when I went to buy it, I didn't want to hesitate or take a second to stop, so I didn't like lose out on it. So I just looked for the darkest shade on the thumbnails, which was this one, and then quickly checked it out. And then when I went back to have a second look, I realized it was the navy blue that I checked out with, as opposed to the black, which I really wanted. Now I'm not too sad about that, but you know, when it comes to fashion, the smallest details can change a whole outfit. So I'm not able to pin this up and match it as well as I would have been able to do with the black Motion logo, but I'm still not sad because I did manage to get it for retail, and I can always resell it because it is a staple item to the Supreme brand and will hold its resale value. I do really like the Supreme Motion logo branding. It is a nice and low-key print. It doesn't have the full Supreme wording across it, so it is a nice addition to the Supreme graphic prints branding. Now I did get this in an extra large, which is the biggest sizing that Supreme prints in. I kind of wish they did put in an extra large, just because that fits a lot better on my body. I do like my t-shirts, especially my graphic t-shirts, to fit a little bit baggier. I don't think they'll ever be extending their size range, and I think it'll always range between small to extra large. But this being a staple item, I knew it would fit more to a true to size large, in my case anyway, because a lot of the staple pieces do fit very similar, and I did own the box logo t-shirt. But let's get into the last piece, and that is also an extra large, and I'll show you how that fits as opposed to this, even though they are both branded as an extra large. So getting into this last item, this is from the Supreme and Undercover collaboration, and yet another dope collaboration for the Supreme brand with the infamous Undercover. I'm yet another massive fan of the Undercover brand, and I'm glad they consecutively collaborate with Supreme, because both brands do go hand in hand. The past few Undercover collaborations have been really sick, and this one wasn't a letdown either, so I had to make sure I got at least one piece from the collection. The thing that sold this collection for me was the theme of this collaboration, in this case being the anarchy theme. The other pieces from the collection also had the anarchy theme running throughout it, and I did really like those pieces, but sadly I couldn't afford it because you know, all my money's in savings, and it takes me 3 days to check into savings. You know, by the time I check into savings, it'll be sold. That you know what I mean, you know. But nah, that was just a Kevin Hart reference if you guys got that. This retailed at £48, which is a great retail price for an Undercover and Supreme collaboration. Again, this fits. This is branded size extra large, and I love the way this fits. Definitely fits a lot more baggier, and like I said, that's mainly because it isn't a staple piece, and rather I think Undercover has something to do with the dimensions as well as that being a long sleeve and whatnot. There is definitely different dimensions in how it is cut and sewn. So yeah, it was £48, and it was a very easy purchase. Actually, it was a lot easier than I expected. Very simple, very basic long sleeve. You know, like I said, I'm a massive fan of the sleeves branding, and I like that A logo. It does look really nice and fit with the Supreme's branding and what they tend to go for. And then of course it has the Supreme and Undercover branding with the Undercover U on the left side of the chest, again all screen printed. Now this piece will retain its resale value, and I'm really glad it will, because you know, most of us do get bored of clothes really quickly, or it does happen, you know, it's very common with that's just how fashion works. But with pieces like this, I don't know what it is, I just seem to get bored of them even quicker than usual. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you watch my past Palace and Supreme pickup video, I own the Comme des Garçons Supreme collaboration long sleeve, and with that I got bored of it after 5 or 6 wears. I mean, I've worn this 2 or 3 times, and I'm already at that stage where I don't even want to wear it that much anymore. But I will most likely resell it on, so yeah, that'll be the fate of this piece. But that was item number 4, and that concludes use this video. I am going to try and bring you an episode in this Palace and Supreme pickup video every few months, just because I am buying from the brands regularly, and depending on how many items I get will depend on the quantity in that specific video. But that was this episode done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. I'll leave some social handles in the description, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.